Sit back, strap in, and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty there, welcome to the After Hours of TC Restani, the podcast. I'm TC Restani, emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse here at Restani Production for an unbelievable episode of, you guessed it, After Hours with TC Restani. Going to go around the horn right now and introduce our esteemed panel of experts. We got a full house down here right now, and I'm not talking about John Stamos or Aunt Becky. I'm talking about none other than the main man himself, Ricky Bittman.
Up and away. Hey, good to be here.
Stay tasty.
Pre-Easter, stay tasty.
It is pre-Easter, but this will be airing after Easter, so everybody's stuffed with their all
Everybody
their
knows if we're extra jovial and full of the Holy Spirit tonight.
their Cadbury and whatnot. Speaking of the Holy Spirit himself, right over there, QB himself, Quincy Brisco is here. What's going on, QB?
Not too much. How's everyone doing?
Unbelievable. We got a full house here, I said. We'll get back to you in a few seconds here, QB. The host of The Rundown is joining us again, one other than my good friend CJ. Let's hear it up for CJ.
Hey.
Thank y'all.
And of course, in the producing booth, none other than OMG Abby herself, getting ready for Easter. You know, she's going to be flying back to England, jolly old England, to visit some family over there. That's what I heard.
Do they do Easter in England?
I'm sure they do Easter everywhere.
I don't know. Do they?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to do a little looking into that.
They probably do it the holy stuff, but they don't put that goddamn Easter bunny BS.
Really? I don't know. We'll have to ask her when she comes back.
I really hate the Easter bunny.
I'm not a big fan of Easter. I obviously, it's a beautiful holy day and all that.
No, that I appreciate that, but this whole thing with the eggs and the rabbit, I don't like that.
We're going to have an egg. It's going to be an omelet.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't mind a hard-boiled egg, but I'm just saying it becomes a little too much. If you're asking me.
Well, you know what? From what I'm reading, they observe Good Friday, and Easter Monday, they call it, is a bank holiday.
So they got a holiday.
Bank holidays,
They got a free holiday over there.
Yeah.
They know how to take time off. Let
Do
me
some
tell you.
shopping.
We don't have that. That's why I hated Easter as a kid, because it fell on a Sunday.
Oh, don't even get me started.
And then you had
on
to go to
that.
school the next day.
See, last Easter was good because around here, Easter Monday was
Patriots Day?
Yeah, we had it off.
Wow.
So I really got to throw down with some beers after that ham
Well,
dinner.
not this time, because Patriots Day ain't until the 20th.
I know, that stinks.
You
I
running
hate
the
that.
marathon again this year?
Good Lord, no.
Oh, okay. You going to watch it at least?
No, I have no interest.
Me either.
Me neither. In Scotland, they take the whole week off for Easter.
Wow.
Well, that's nice.
The whole week.
Hey, shouldn't you think like people in Bethlehem should take it off the entire week?
But it's different
Right now,
faith
I
over
mean,
there.
let's just say.
Okay, whatever. I don't,
In Scotland, they take the whole week off for Easter.
I don't want to get into big time holy war, about Easter and whatnot. Quincy, what are you doing for Easter?
Probably just go somewhere local with my family.
Nice.
Yeah, local way, like a drive-through
Restaurant.
Going to
I don't know just yet, but I get a rough
Sonic.
idea. I just don't know yet.
All right, that's great. That's fantastic. Unbelievable.
They have ham fries up at the Sonic.
There you go. So if not ham, something nice. Don't we always have something nice for Easter?
I guess I've never been invited to your house for Easter, so I
Regular
don't
hamburger.
know.
Have a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the
don't like
cheese on a
ham.
cheeseburger. He likes hamburgers.
Yeah, but the thing about the Sonic, as I recall,
It's
they
fast
have.
food. That's why you like it.
Well, the thing about the Sonic, they have chili dogs.
Oh, that's that. That says Easter right there.
Yeah.
Nothing like a chili dog on Easter.
They served those on Spencer's Mountain. In that
Delicious.
movie.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, my mother brought out the tray of chili dogs. The guys chopping down those trees before they killed the old man.
Hey, that still bothers me when the old man, Papa's gone.
That's what he gets for being deaf near fallen trees.
Well, he found some toy when he was
Yeah.
like a kid, a little Tonka toy or some
he was, like,
gimmick down
shaking
there.
it, and he was saying,
You know,
"Pop,
Papa,
watch it."
look out! And then he left. And then he left that whopping like $3
Yeah.
to Clayboy to go to college.
Go to college, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It costs more to bury the old man. I enjoy that movie.
I know you do.
That was
we
a-
talk about that on Easter a lot. Yeah.
That was a great Easter movie.
It is a really good Easter
Spencer's
movie,
Mountain. And what's her name? Maureen O'Hara, man. Ooh, man.
She's a doll.
She looked fantastic in that. And of course, Dano was in it.
That's right. He was Playboy.
And you know who else was in it? Mr. Edwards.
That's Victor French.
Victor French. He didn't have the beard.
Oh no, wait a minute. That was Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
No,
wasn't
he was also one of Henry Fonda's brothers in that.
Maybe that's what I got. I got that screwed up.
Right.
Because I remember watching a clip of Seven Brides saying Victor French isn't in this.
No.
Now I remember
he's
the
in
movie
Spencer's
he's in.
Mountain, which was, of
Damn
course,
it.
the inspiration for the Waltons.
That's right. Yeah, it's true.
You know.
Did you know that, CJ?
I did not.
It's a good movie. Henry Fonda plays Mr. Spencer, and Maureen O'Hara's his wife, and they have like 7 kids or something like
Something
that.
ridiculous.
I gotta check it out. Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a very heartwarming.
I don't know how you didn't see it. It was on 56 like every other week.
I probably ran from it. You know what I mean?
It was either that or The Incredible Mr. Limpet was on.
Yeah, which I loved. But the only Fonda film I can remember is on Golden Pond. That's it.
Really?
That was at the end of his life.
Not of 12 Angry Men?
12 Angry Men.
There you go.
The Grapes of Wrath.
No,
That
past.
I never saw.
I think I saw it in film school. I had to sit there and watch
Yeah,
it.
That's
that's
a
one of
6-hour
those
movie,
films.
isn't it?
It was a 6-hour movie. It was a 6-hour movie. I wasn't watching that. No way.
I thought it was long.
Nah, never saw that. And then the other Henry, Yours, Mine, and Ours with Lucille Ball.
Oh, that's right. That's a really good one.
That was also on. See, he inspired 2 shows.
Yeah.
The Waltons and the Brady Bunch.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Henry Fonda ain't not that bad, I guess. Okay.
You watch the Waltons a lot, don't you, TC?
I love the Waltons. Yeah. Not as good as Little House on the Prairie. But the Waltons had better looking daughters on there. Okay.
I'm just
Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it.
Hey.
He's got me binging The Love Boat now. The fucking Love Boat.
That's
Yeah,
a decent show, The Love Boat. For those who like to go on cruises,
Have you ever been on a cruise, Quince?
no. But
You're not missing anything.
no. But
I
there's,
love cruises.
there's 2 shows that you could sort of have fun with: The Love Boat and Fantasy Island.
Oh, yeah?
The plane.
The plane. And the thing about when they open up, smiles, everyone, smiles. Do 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 do.
Now, if you went to Fantasy Island, what would your fantasy
Yeah.
be? I want to know this.
I don't know. I'm sort of living it right now.
Your fantasies to be on our podcast.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? I take that as a compliment.
You should.
But
Well, I mean,
You don't
I
have
don't
to
know.
go all the way to Fancy Island.
no, you don't have to do it. You just
No,
come-
you're not-
just-
not when you get friends like us.
You have to come to the penthouse. Of
I don't know
Restani
if you've
Productions.
heard, and maybe this has something to do with him being overwhelmed with being on the show. TC was quoted in the LA Times.
That.
Have you heard this?
Yes, I have.
This
and believe me,
is
the word is
big
spreading about that.
news.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what they're talking about out there, TC Restani, me, right here, the award-winning host of After Hours with TC Restani, my good friend James Tolkan, who played Mr. Strickland in Back to the Futures 1, 2, and 3, passed away at the great age of 94. An unbelievable life that he had. And I have known this man for over 20 years, seeing him at different conventions and whatnot, and through my affiliation with BackToTheFuture.com.
And he knows you.
And he did know me. Of course he did. And he's cut promos for this show and all that other stuff. And he's a great guy. He's nothing like he was as the disciplinarian in Back to the Future or the asshole in Top Gun.
That's right.
He was unbelievable. He was a funny guy, loved the fans and whatnot. Well, about 10 years ago, he was right down the street in Wilmington doing a show. And I went up there and I did a little interview for BackToTheFuture.com. Nothing really extravagant. It was like a 10-minute thing. I just like shooting the shit with James. He's a good guy. Lo and behold, the man passes away. And out of nowhere, the guy who runs BackToTheFuture.com, my longtime close personal friend, Stephen Clark, texts me, he goes, "You're in the LA Times." I was like, what? And he sent me the link, and it was the obituary for James Tolkan.
Amazing.
And they talked all about his career and whatnot. And the thing that they quoted from my interview was, I only go to Hollywood if they call. And they called, and it said, in an interview with TC Restani with a link right on the LA Times website. So that was
And if
unbelievable.
you click the link, from what I understand, it takes you to the interview.
Right
It
to the
takes you
show.
right to the interview.
Now, you
yeah.
know people in LA right now are going, TC's back?
For the people who know me out
That's
there.
what I
you know?
mean. Jeez.
I was completely shocked. I think I was on the phone with you, CJ.
You
We
were.
were
I
planning
was-
the rundown, and I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I just got a text
That was amazing.
saying that I'm in the LA
I
Times.
couldn't believe it. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not dead. I'm not in the obituary or anything. But I was in an
LA
obituary, but it wasn't mine. But, see, I've told you, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. And Back to the Future has been part of my life for 41 years.
That's true. You know.
And here I am in the guy's obituary.
Yeah.
All right?
That's pretty cool. I mean,
Amazing.
seriously.
And hats off to James Tolkan. I mean,
Yeah,
the man
yeah,
was
yeah.
awesome. He was a great guy.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, friend of everybody. And it was very sad to see him go. But, the man lived 95 years, all right? Or almost 95 years.
Amazing.
So hats off to him. And later on in this show, for those of you who haven't heard this interview, we're going to play it.
Nice.
So that's so get your popcorn ready and all
There
that
you
other
go.
stuff.
Perfect.
But yeah, LA Times. I got to get a T-shirt. I wonder if I can call them up and say, "Listen, you quoted me in your newspaper on your website. Can I get some free merch?"
Amazing.
Yeah.
You're now going to be
LA,
on microfiche in libraries.
That is true. Microfiche. So 100 years from now, after the nuclear holocaust, and microfiche comes back.
There you go.
I'm going to be on a piece of microfiche. I'm a news source.
It's,
All right,
I gotta,
you're telling me stuff I already know for crying
I'm
out
not
loud.
telling the listening viewers out there. I'm a news source.
you are. We got to make a phone call out there so we can get some print.
Here we go. Yeah. Well,
Copies of the print.
I'm going to frame it. Definitely going to frame it. You know?
I would.
Yeah.
You know, well, no. Once we get out there and the show comes back on TV, and then they bring us out to Hollywood, we'll be all over the LA Times, obviously.
There you
But this is our first olive branch.
I'll go out and start interviewing more old celebrities, and let's see, maybe give them a few, show up in a few more.
Hey, the Iron Sheik we've had on, but
That's true.
No one's quoting us on that one. But yeah, that was a shock to the system out there. But you know what? We can handle it down here in After
I
Hours.
was gonna say, it's just another day in the life.
Just another day in the life, and was a little upset that she wasn't mentioned in it.
I was just gonna say she must be impressed, but nope, she's upset.
She was a little upset, and I was saying, listen, OMG, you're the executive producer of this program. That accolade goes to you as well.
Get out there a little more.
Even though you weren't around here 10 years ago, but
Was she born 10 years ago?
yeah, she was. She better be.
Why? What are you saying?
I'll be back in the LA Times.
Disgraced talk show host.
But yeah, that was awesome. And I want to thank my friends out at backtothefuture.com, because if they did not retweet the interview that I did, I'm sure the LA Times would not have picked it up as quickly as they did.
Now, that's a question. Do you think, and I'm not trying to discredit or cheapen this by any means, but do you think that obituary was written by AI?
If it was, there's been a million interviews with the guy out there.
But they just happen to pick yours. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but it's T. It's not big. It's not AC. It's TC. So
Okay.
in alphabetical order. I don't know. I don't know if we have any.
Because it would play in our favor if it was. Because now it's out there even more.
It's going to be out there forever. It's on the internet.
But I mean, now
I think it was out there because it's such an in-depth, incredible interview.
It was a fun interview.
It was a fun
It was a
interview.
very fun interview, very quick interview. It was only
And
about
not a lot of people sat down with James like you did, casual one-on-one.
who actually knew about his career other than Back to the
Right,
Future.
right.
So
well, he must have
unbelievable.
appreciated that.
He did. It was
Who wrote his obituary?
That's what we're saying. I think it was written by AI.
that obituary in the LA Times, I think, was written by someone from the LA Times, but the actual obituary was done by mutual friends, which I'm going to remain nameless right now, for the people in the Back to the Future community. Because his wife is 80-something years old,
Right.
so she had to
That
get
poor
the
thing probably didn't know. Yeah.
she had to get the word out that
Right.
he had passed away, and they didn't have any children.
Wow.
So stranger things have happened.
I loved him in Top Gun. You'd be flying rubber dog shit out of Shanghai.
Yeah, of course. Great.
Great actor.
Speaking of things that are great,
Well, listen, don't skip over now. You were talking about the fantasy.
Oh,
the
okay.
fantasy
All right.
guy.
Sorry. All right. All right. Back to that. My fantasy was being in the LA Times. Back to your fantasy over here, Quincy Brisco. All right. You said that your fantasy was to be on this podcast, but you live that every week. So it's not really a fantasy. You, Quincy Brisco, I'm Mr. Rock right now, and you're welcome to Fantasy Island. And this is Quincy Brisco Tattoo, and he wants to have one of the greatest fantasies of all time. Quincy, tell the fans out there what your fantasy will be.
Dancing, singing, and helping people, sort of serving the community. And there'll be painful times, but you know what? There's a lot of good times. Because
You want to be on Good Times? Huh?
well, that's another show.
That
You
would
know, and then the
Think of
best
the
part,
AI possibilities there.
and the best part about that was like I'm gonna have some fun. You're gonna
Go ahead. It's your fantasy.
Well, I bet two different ones from Good Times, but I'm gonna give you my favorite one. Florida, what the hell you doing?
What am I missing?
Florida, what the hell you think this is? Florida, look, this refrigerator's gonna go. I don't want that refrigerator in there. Right now, get it out of here.
Okay, so of all your fantasies,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
want to be John Amos talking to Esther Roll as Florida Evans in a ghetto.
Oh, I'd live it, because the ghetto was like, Good Times was an old school TV show.
Right.
There's going to be times, I was told that you're going to be in the poorhouse, but you can have a lot of fun. That's been like, you serve people, then you done a lot of good things.
So your fantasy is to look out the window watching the asphalt grow.
Yeah.
yeah, and you live it, and you know that you're serving on Fantasy Island, then
Works for me.
It's his fantasy, I
You know,
guess.
you know what? You remember, you have to pay for these fantasies on
not
fantasy.
me. I don't have to pay for
yeah,
them.
now it's a
Here we
different
go.
story.
Now it's a different story. What's your fantasy now? Swimming in a milk swimming pool?
No, actually, you know what? I met a former athlete.
Who's that?
Well, remember someone came in here last week, a former wrestler, and then we were talking, and then a week before a basketball team, so I got to relive a little bit about the Coach Reed.
This is what I was listening to while you were recording.
Okay.
Who was this wrestler that was in here last week?
Oh, it was Trey the Smooth Operating Gangster.
Trey.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cecil, like
I asked you if he was a black man because I would have guessed Trey, and you said no.
Well, I can't remember all the names.
But you always remember what color he is, for Christ's
You were
sake.
sitting there talking with him about the friggin' White Shadow like 2 weeks ago, right over there.
That was another one.
You meet so many of these people, I can't keep track of it. But that was the guy you were talking to the White Shadow about. The other guy would have no idea
And
what
that
the
was
White
2
Shadow
weeks
was.
ago. I was
Yeah.
here then.
Well, I met two different athletes.
And this is your fantasy?
Well, the thing about these fantasies, I get to talk a little bit about the White Shadow because I grew up with the angry Coach Reed.
You could do that sitting on the toilet.
This is
You
all
didn't-
my fault. I bought him a
I'm
large
not going to
coffee
sit on a
before the
freaking
show.
hopper. You talk about Coach Reed's like from the White Shadow, Ken Howard, okay? He loved the game of basketball.
I'm sure he did, yeah.
So what he did was go out and became a coach in Los Angeles and tried to serve and help these
Do you
kids.
know what Ken Howard's final movie appearance was?
What's that?
Rambo 4.
Rambo 4?
Yeah.
Do you know he also starred on Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Did he?
He had a recurring role on that.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have
pretty
been.
funny. He was very huge, though. He could put on a lot of
Well,
weight.
that was his TV. I'm talking about motion
But I'm just saying, after Rambo, I thought he was pretty much done.
Right.
But he showed up on a lot of episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Good for Ken Howard. All right, so that's your fantasy, right?
Like
This
I
is
said,
it.
I mean, the thing was, that was the first athlete, and the guy says, you remember all, of course I remember all this. And the thing about the White Shadow, when he helped a basketball player,
I just want to say, this is a completely different story from the one we talked about before we went on it.
well, I'm telling you, because
it's
you
an
remember,
updated fantasy.
There was,
well, the
there was
thing-
a crucifix, a rosary involved. It was very
that's
religious.
because I remember
You
it,
were-
yeah.
That's your fantasy, to be crucified?
No,
that's
one
gonna
of my
come true.
fantasies, because we talked a little bit about Mandalock Lemon, and
What?
Well, the thing about
The guy from the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah.
How did he,
fantasy, boss?
because the
How did this get into a fantasy?
Tattoo. He
because
wants
the
to talk
basketball
about.
coach, and I said, you remember all this. And the thing about the White Shadow, he helped a basketball player actually meet the Globetrotters and get a tryout.
Uh-huh.
And the thing was, well, we might be able to take you on, but the thing is, the basketball player didn't want to put up with another 4 years of college to get a basketball scholarship. And then he just kept whining and whining and whining. I remember.
That's unbelievable.
Who do you think's going to take the Final Four? Michigan?
What do you mean? Who's going to take?
I thought you liked basketball.
Oh,
some
oh,
reason
yeah.
I was under the impression that you really liked basketball.
Let's be honest. You're a fan of the Washington Generals, right?
They got to win sometime.
Well, the thing is, was the White Shadow, 2 different episodes.
That's great. Yeah, this is not a White Shadow podcast yet. You can talk about that on your own podcast.
I'm telling you, that was the
Imagine
first
his
guy.
letter to Mr. Rourke. Dear Mr. Rourke,
And then the
I would
second
my
one,
fantasy
and the
is
second
to
one,
talk
like I
about
said,
White Shadow.
it was I met someone, the former wrestler.
Okay, we're done with that. We're done. That was your fantasy. We heard it enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm living it.
The commercial break has happened.
It really makes my fantasy
We're on the
look like
we're on the other
nothing.
fantasy. What is your fantasy? Because I really need someone else to tell me about their fantasy.
Honest to God, if I could,
Okay.
if there was a fantasy island, I wanted even if it was just for a weekend, the ability to play the piano.
And what kind of piano music would you do?
Any kind. To be able to sit at a piano, look at it, and pick out any song that I want would be like one of the most
What
amazing
would be the
things.
first song you would play?
Laughter in the Rain by Neil Sedaka.
Really?
There you go.
The late great. We just lost him.
One of my favorite songs of all
I hear
time.
laughter
They're in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. And I would use those Liberace flares, like when he plays, he'll go, like when he hit a note, he'll go, bring, and he puts his hand up.
Right.
I would use that.
Unbelievable.
Or
And/or? No, that was a Star Wars show.
if I could incorporate the acoustic guitar into that as well, to be able to sit down. I was never encouraged as a kid to I had this unbelievable interest in music, but nobody ever said, you know what they said to me? Because I had just flunked
What?
math.
What did
Yeah,
they say?
I just flunked math.
Get a job.
My mother said, you got to be good at math to play instruments. The dream went.
You think Mozart was good at math? They didn't even have math then.
I was a kid. I didn't know any better. I'm like, okay, well, I have to believe these people. That's what they're telling
The great lie.
me. Yeah.
Da 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 do da do da do da 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 da.
I want you to stop that right now.
Well, you would know how to play that, don't
That's
you?
Scott Joplin. No, well, that would be Marvin Hamlish, the entertainer.
Yeah,
Theme song to The Sting.
yeah. Would you? I bet
Come
you.
on, come on.
You would do that like in half a second. You would just.
I would do that if I was
Sting,
really hot up.
the former wrestler.
No.
Oh, okay.
You wouldn't. You would know how to play that, right?
If I could play, if I sat down and looked at the piano and could pick out any tune in the world,
Oh, okay.
so that would be one of them. I wouldn't open with that.
All right. Well, that's a better fantasy than his. But,
I still don't know what his is.
So you have Mr. Rook back here to go, a smile, everyone.
Yeah,
smile.
smiles.
Wonderful. This is Ricky.
This
is
tattoo
Ricky
is Quincy
Bittman.
Brisco. His fantasy is to talk about good times and White Shadow.
And we'll talk about that on another show.
Just talk about them.
Well, over here, Ricky Bittman wants to become a piano player. And
I
who's your
just want to be able to create music.
favorite piano player?
Oh, that's a really good question. Who plays the piano better? God, to be I was just thinking of this recently. I mean, Billy Joel, of course, is a great piano player, but
Top three.
I mean, as much
Elton
as people,
John.
as much as people would laugh at it, Liberace could play the piano.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Could play classical music
yeah, he
and
was.
pop music.
Now, I know you for a long time.
Yeah.
You actually knew Liberace.
Well, we hung out.
And
yeah.
you got to call him Lee,
That's right. Yeah.
right? Because
Wow.
he
I
came
helped
to
him. I helped him pick out a couple of his wigs when he started going bald.
He came to the damp napkin a few times.
He did,
And
without the wig.
Without the wig, and that's why he was calling him Lee.
Yeah,
And everyone,
yeah.
if you said Liberace, people were going crazy. Because I remember as a little kid,
He was Lee. Yeah.
that limousine came up. It was like a pink limo.
Yeah.
And came out, and it was a very dusty day.
Yep.
And he came in around, I don't know, like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Sashayed in, yeah.
And he walked in, and I've never seen Uncle Phil kiss anybody's ass before. But when this guy walked in, I'm like, who's this bald guy? And then, I had no idea. Even if he said Liberace, I'm not going to know who Liberace is when I'm like 14 years old, right? I'm not that guy Scotty that was in that movie with him.
Yeah. Well.
But you were down there. You were hammering it up, and I saw him like cracking his knuckles. He had all those rings on,
Yeah.
and
Beautiful jewelry.
And he was actually showing you a little key action.
He used to have this little vinyl thing with the keys on. He would show me
Like a little
He used
Casio?
to show me his fingering. That's what they
his
call
fingering.
it. Yeah, his fingering.
He did that to Scotty too, right? Huh?
Yeah. But he had a thing too. Whenever I would fly out there, he'd pick me up in the airport. He had an old-fashioned British taxi.
Really?
From London. Old antique taxi. And he would pick people up as friends in the airport, and he would start the meter. So if he was driving me to a hotel, or if I stayed at his place, he would charge me whatever the meter said.
I'm gonna have to charge you to give you the ride.
£8, 20p, he'd say.
Oh, really? I see. Was he from England?
No, he was actually I think he was Polish.
Really?
Yeah, I
He's
wanna
from
say
the
Polish.
he's from the continental United States.
Yeah, his real
I know
name is-
CJ's going to do a little research for us over there because
His real last name is Liberace.
what was his first name?
It's like Wolodzu or something like that. That's why I think
His parents were really good people, huh?
Wolodzu.
Oh, he's like Kowalski, Vladik.
I mean, you should know this. You grew up with a guy, Walidu Valentino Liberace.
Yeah, I knew it was, he was named after Rudolph Valentino, his middle name. Was he Polish?
He was born in Wisconsin to Italian and Polish parents.
Italian, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's right, because he was really psyched to meet the Pope
Yeah.
one time.
Really?
He met
yeah.
Pope Pius back in
Did
the...
like cheese?
West Allis, Wisconsin.
Interesting.
Well, I never knew that.
He had a brother, George.
But unbelievable. I met Liberace, but I didn't even meet Liberace. You know what I mean?
No. Was it the Wax Museum?
No. When he came in that time, and I saw him.
Oh, you didn't know it
But you
was
didn't
him.
introduce me to anything. I just saw this. Who's Ricky
Hey, man,
Bittman?
listen, man. I ain't the social register. It's Liberace.
Okay, all right, fine.
He had the wig on. That's another thing. But obviously, when the wig was off, he was like,
All right, unbelievable. Kayfabe.
And I told him, I said, listen,
I'm Lee.
I said, in a damp napkin, certain things don't fly. And I winked, and he goes, I get it. So he knew.
Good for that.
So
Unbelievable.
there's other places in Vegas.
So a piano player, that would be your fantasy.
Just anyone who should make music. Sit down and just pick out any song.
All right, unbelievable. CJ, you're on Fantasy Island. Hello, CJ. Mr. Rourke here. What is your big fantasy?
I could pick anything.
It's your fantasy.
Well, I'd like the train to go on SpaceX and launch me into space.
That is your fantasy, to go to space.
Yes, absolutely. Do an orbital excursion around the Earth and then land on the International Space Station and spend a week.
Didn't that
In space.
Didn't that happen in the movie Armageddon?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see Armageddon.
You have not seen it? Ooh,
No.
a good movie.
You know, I know Aerosmith's got a hit song from that movie, but it didn't grab me. Ben Affleck's in it, so I passed.
All right.
I only like The Town with Ben Affleck. If
Great
Ben
movie.
Affleck's in anything else, pass.
That's
Now,
a great
speaking off the subject here, you wanted me going to space.
I want to go to space.
Okay, right now, that Artemis II gimmick is going up there. Now, I got a bone to pick. All right. First and foremost, Artemis. You know the reference to Artemis?
Mm-hmm.
That was in Superman, the original movie. That was Superman 2, when General Zod and them escaped the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
They went to the moon, and that was the name of the space mission, Artemis. And we
Really?
know what happened to that one with General
I
Zod.
thought it was a guy in Leonard Skinner, Artemis Pyle.
It could have been him too. But here's the deal. This whole project that's going on right now,
Here we go.
they're going to orbit around the moon.
Yeah.
Why don't they just land? If we had the technology 52 years ago,
Because they've already been there. Nothing's there.
but
I'm going to weigh in on this in a minute.
okay,
I'm going to tell you
but-
what I think.
But they're like, oh, we're going up there to get, spectrum analysis and all these fancy words and whatnot. You know why they're not going to land? Because we never went there before. All right? And if they're going to the dark side of the moon, and guess what? The cameras will malfunction. Do you know why? Because on the dark side of the moon, according to Richard C. Hoagland, you can see the glass towers that are there. That's why the moon does not rotate.
How does he know they're there if no one's ever been up there?
Well, he knows because NASA knows. NASA, because he used to work for NASA. And he was the one who identified the face on Mars back in 1976 in Cydonia on Mars. I'm telling you, this thing's a smokescreen for something else. All right?
CJ?
I think TC's onto something. What was the big movie that just come out last week from Arthur Andy Weir? It exploded on the screen. Project Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
You
Project
know about
Hail
Project
Mary.
Hail Mary?
It's
a space
the one
movie.
About
It's
the
about-
black vampires?
No. No. That was a direct-to-video.
Okay.
But no, Project Hail Mary is it's a brand new film that's just come out. It's based on the novel by Andy Weir. And it's about a school teacher who is launched on a one-way mission to the outskirts of the galaxy, light years away, to come up with a solution to save Earth because the sun is dying. And this guy's a celebrated fictional author. He's written The Martian that Matt Damon had starred in. And his 2017 book was a science fiction novel called Artemis. And I think that's got a lot to do with the hype, with what they're doing.
Project
with this.
Bluebeam.
So you don't think that we went to the moon either?
Do I think that we went to the moon?
Yeah.
I do. I think there's a lot of secrets that we don't know.
Well, yeah, well, I'm sure there's always secrets.
I don't think it was as simple as Neil Armstrong landing the lunar module and
But think of it, if
saying
they
what he
did.
said and planting a flag and coming home. I think shit went down up there. I think, and we'll never know about it. I mean,
We were
it's the whole
told not to come
conspiracy.
back.
Well, why haven't we gone back?
Or even bigger question.
nothing there.
Or even bigger question.
I'll tell you right now, I'm never going back to the
what?
Bahamas.
Any
I
other
went to
countries?
the Bahamas once. I'm never going back.
Yeah, Jamaica for me.
Okay, but here's the bigger question. If we didn't go back, China hates us, Russia hates us.
No other country's gone back.
Just to piss us off, how come they haven't gone up there and knocked our flag down and put their own flag there?
There's something on the
don't
moon
get
that
the-
they
they don't
don't
get
want
the
the general public to know.
They have webcams everywhere. You trying to tell me Artemis, as they're floating around out there, couldn't launch a webcam so we could see the Earth from the moon, other than these, life photos that they took back in the 70s?
They show us what they want to show us.
Right. There's something going on up there.
Alien life,
But if they
Maybe.
did, if they did make it right,
yeah.
think of what they had to have done. Because all it was just math and paper back then. Mm-hmm. That all had to be figured out in
And
someone's
gold
head.
tinfoil on
Yeah.
the spaceship.
But think of it. How amazing that would be.
There's something there. But
I'm
yeah.
going with they were there. I mean, I'm just sticking with it. America.
But yeah.
Love it
I
or
don't
leave
know.
it, pal.
I don't know.
Well, they left it. They totally went to the moon.
Maybe there's a natural resource on the moon that the
Maybe the place
elite
is filled with
don't
chicks.
want us to know about. Maybe there's a portal to another dimension.
Or maybe the moon is hollow and it's actually a big time space station.
Or maybe it's a place you can go and freely discuss good times in Whitechapel.
Or maybe it will fall out of gravitational pull with the Earth and crash and kill us all. You ever see Moonfall?
No.
Great film. Check it out, guys. Great film. Great film.
So that's your fantasy to go
Yeah.
to space.
Oh,
It's pretty
man.
noble. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I couldn't do the space stuff.
Being
though.
a Star Wars fan, being a sci-fi guy, I don't think anything could beat it.
You know what I hate about it? The windows are all too small. I'd be looking on. I travel all this way just to look out this tiny window, and I'm like,
It's like
that would
being
creep me out.
on a cruise ship with a
And
shitty
the whole
room.
bathroom thing. They're having issues with the bathroom up there, from what I understand.
You can float, Rick.
Yeah, but so can you shit. right out of your suit, right into your ear.
That's not the fantasy.
No, that's not part of my fantasy.
That's not the fantasy.
Some people will enjoy that.
Suction bags, man.
Suction bags.
Yeah.
Was that a movie with Ron Jeremy?
No. say,
man,
yeah,
you jump in a
suction bags
vacuum
ate.
sealed bag, you squat, and it gets sucked out into space.
It's like I said, at a Ron Jeremy movie.
Got the
over
douche
there.
chills.
My fantasy, if I had one.
I thought you already said yours.
What was mine?
I can't remember.
We're not getting X-rated here,
No.
are we?
No, you want to go to space?
I do.
I want to go back in time.
See, but where that DeLorean and
No,
that
care about no
flux capacitor
DeLorean
is.
shit. I'm just talking about.
Do you think you could?
go back in time?
Yeah. Do you believe in time travel?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Yep. Because somewhere in time, everything that we've experienced is still happening out there.
It is like you mean like light years away that satellites are picking up music from the 1940s
Right
now.
like if you're in the galaxy of Andromeda right now.
Yeah.
All right. That's like I don't know, like 200 million light years away or whatnot, or 200 or 2,000 light years away. They're seeing, if they had a camera right now and we were broadcasting, they would see Roman times, because that's how far of a distance it is. So all that stuff that they put out into space back in the 30s, all the radio signals and whatnot, that's probably just like past Pluto or something right now. So if there is something out there, the first things they're going to hear is like the first radio broadcast and all this other stuff. Like that movie Contact. Remember when the movie Contact came out back in the 1990s?
Yep.
The first visual
That's
image
what I
they
was just
saw.
trying to get the year on that. That 97 Zemeckis film.
97. The first images they saw for the TV images
Yep.
were Hitler at the Olympics, because those were the first thing broadcast like on a satellite.
Now, what did he do? Pole vault?
Hitler, I don't remember what he did. No,
Oh.
I don't know. He
He
went up-
wasn't competing?
No, it was in, where was that? Was it in Munich or something?
Yeah.
Wherever it was. He was there. He was the dictator. He was watching the damn Olympics. I don't know.
It was either Berlin or Munich.
It was somewhere over there.
How would
Jesse
you
Owens
go
a
back in
stink
time?
I don't know.
How would you affect the ripple in time to travel back? Would you do it Christopher Reeve style, where
Flying backwards?
you just keep psychosemantically saying it over in your head and you transport back? Would it be a real vehicle take you?
The way you would have to do it, you couldn't do it in a car. All right?
No, that's Hollywood.
But if you were going to build a time machine and you had to stay in the confines of Earth, obviously, you would have to do it out of a flying machine or of an airplane or something like that.
Why?
Because you're not going to hit something at some tree that did exist in the past and whatnot.
But you could bounce off a supernova or anything.
I'm not flying through space.
This ain't Dustin Crop's kid.
I'm not flying in space. I'm flying in our atmosphere.
No, I get it.
But
What movie is that from? Why do I
Star Wars.
Thank you.
there you go. But realistically, Einstein had it. The theory of relativity and all that other gimmick is, if you were going to have to do a time travel, you would have to do it in space and go at the speed of light, and like they did in Star Trek 4, slingshot around the sun for the gravity and get in a time warp, and it would bring you back to
So
the
kind
past.
of like H.G. Wells.
Kind of. He built
One of your favorite movies is
Time After Time,
which is
the story of H.G. Wells chasing Jack the Ripper into the future. Now, his spaceship, his time machine, levitated off the ground.
Right.
So there
you
you go.
got me to watch this film and I loved it.
It's
I ended up
unbelievable.
buying it on DVD. I
But,
loved it.
As much as I would wish a DeLorean time machine worked, but as you're saying, you're driving. All right, we're right here in Boston
No, I
right
get it,
now.
I get it.
I'm on a road, and I'm going back 400 years. Guess what? That road didn't exist, and
Yeah,
that's
you
why
crashed right into a mountain.
That's why at the ending they said roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads, because they made it fly, because you're not going to hit anything in the past because there's no airplane. You made it a pterodactyl if you go back to the caveman days and whatnot. But the likelihood of that isn't going to happen.
Now, how come these scientists in the 60s, with all their knowledge and everything of space and mathematics and everything and physics, and you don't have any faith in them getting us to the moon, but your only point of reference is movies?
Right. Well, their only point was Star Trek, because it happened after Star Trek. All right. The theory is, all right.
I'm just teasing you.
I know. I had a watch in 1985, a Casio digital watch that had more power in it
I've heard you say this many times.
than the friggin' moon, the Apollo missions.
You used to
and
hold up your
whatnot.
phone and say that.
Right. Well, the phone, Jesus, the phone is the Starship Enterprise compared to the friggin', Apollo missions. Do I think we go to space? Sure. Absolutely.
there's no
100%.
disputing that.
Do I think we went to the moon? Maybe. But here's the question.
When's the first time I've ever
But
heard
here's
you
the
say
question.
that?
Why didn't we go back?
I told you there's nothing there.
I know, but they want to colonize it as a place to jump off to go to Mars. Why haven't we gone back? Something up there spooked the shit out of them, or they were told, do not come back.
Maybe it smelled.
It's true, though. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there. What NASA saw, crashed spacecraft, technology,
The glass towers on the dark side.
portals through time that involved ancient Egypt and the pyramids. There's all kinds of conspiracy theories out there.
So there's a very good chance we did go there and saw stuff.
A part of me
Yeah.
believes that they didn't, but maybe when they came back, they faked all that stuff because what they really saw, we couldn't show.
No, they were told to, they were debriefed and told.
Now, did you hear about the guy who left a picture of his family up there?
No.
No,
In a plastic bag. He left
who?
a picture of his wife. I can't. They named the astronaut.
Not Neil Armstrong.
No, it wasn't him.
Buzz Aldrin stayed on the
Somebody
command
left.
module.
One of the astronauts left a little plastic bag with his picture of his wife and son up there.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they go back and they can find it. We're very, very wrong.
But they said it's probably destroyed
Yeah,
anyway.
I think-
How is it destroyed? There's no atmosphere there.
I don't know.
I think after the
gets
decommission of the
cold.
Apollo program, like you guys are talking, that's nonsense about this whole no sense of urgency to go back to the moon. I mean, why wouldn't you want to keep repeatedly revisiting it? Why
do we-
utilizing it as, like you said, as a pivot spot for something?
Why do we keep going deeper into the ocean? We've obviously been there before. Why do we keep going back?
But not space.
Maybe there's some who like the oceans.
If there were going to be hot chicks anywhere, they'd be in the ocean.
Mermaids. Mermaids.
There's no moon maids.
Well, I would love to go to the moon. Send me.
Just like the REM song, if you believed they put a man on the moon, all right? The debating is still out of them. When I heard about this mission, I was like, I thought they were actually going back to the moon. No, we're just going to go around it.
Now, did you see it live?
No, I did not.
I was picking up a sandwich at Liberty Bell.
Really?
And I'm
was
nobody's
showing
paying,
the Artemis?
Well, nobody's paying attention, right? So I walk in, I look up, and it says 1
21
minute,
gigawatts?
1 minute,
No.
26 seconds. I'm like, this is going to happen now while I'm here, waiting to pick up my sandwich. So screw it. I grab my sandwich and I'm sitting there watching. Nobody in the
No one
place was
cared.
watching. It was packed. And all of a sudden, I think like people started seeing me just standing there watching. Then before you know it, everybody started watching. And for a minute, the whole place got quiet and watched the thing launch, and it was amazing.
And then they went back eating their sandwiches.
Yeah, they did. Went back to their clams. And
So they're just going to catapult around the moon and come back.
That's it. It's a 10-day. It's a 3-hour tour.
That's bullshit.
Now, how long does it take to get up to the moon to go around it?
I think it takes 6 days to actually get there.
We need Russ Adich because this is his area of expertise.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is your
knows?
friend going to get the moon thing signed by these people?
What a great story that was. He would probably be very excited about that, but I think he's not in any financial
6
position
days?
to do that now.
6 days, 6 to 10 days, something like that.
The Apollo 11 back in the 60s only took 75 hours and 49
Oh, okay.
minutes.
So
3
it took,
days.
So it took in the 1960s.
Yeah.
It took them less time to get there with not
It was a much
giant,
smaller rocket.
well, still jet
No.
propulsions and whatnot.
and the touchdown from lunar orbit to the Sea of Tranquility on the moon, 18 minutes, 35 seconds.
Nice.
And it's going to take these schlubs.
USA.
It's going to take these schlubs 10 days to just do a bang of Yui.
Something happened on July 20th, 1969 we're not supposed to know about.
Yeah, the Stanley Kubrick's made-for-TV movie aired. It was called The Moon Landing.
Oh,
That's why they whacked them.
isn't he awful
You
fresh?
think so?
I know so. They whacked him, not because of the moon landing, because it was like, 30 years later when he died. He was exposing the Illuminati in Eyes Wide Shut.
I believe that.
That's
I don't
exactly
like
why
that
they whacked
movie.
him.
That movie makes me extremely uncomfortable to watch.
What's that? Willy Wonka?
No, I just don't like it.
Well, Willy Wonka's probably in the Illuminati.
I don't like
as
it. I
well.
don't like the whole owl thing. And
What movie were we talking about?
fucking.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, yeah. She was hot in that.
Isn't there that whole boys club out in New York?
What was her name?
Oh,
with the
Nicole
owls?
Kidman?
Yeah. Before she got her face all screwed up.
Sorry.
There's two conversations going. You're talking about Moloch the Owl at the Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know,
Oh,
Yes. Should we be talking about this? We're not going to go whacked in the parking lot leaving.
I don't care because I know.
Glenn's going to have us whacked.
Speaking of that,
Here we
speaking
go.
of that,
Isn't he the janitor?
no,
Out there or something?
He just got a job at the local airport, the Sonora Airport, where all the Illuminati
Yes.
land to go to the Bohemian Grove. So that's happening in July.
Wow.
So he called me and then he goes, yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm working at this little airport out there, and this is where all the Illuminati. They've told us it. So basically, in July, the Bohemian Grove. They don't kayfabe it anymore. They said, very important
Quincy
people
Glenn.
from all over. Yeah. Oh, hey, AI, can you put no, it's not.
Bill Clinton, you mind?
Yeah, Bill Clinton, yeah, I was underneath that table as well. But yeah, he was telling me,
I'll blow you.
Oh, man.
cut a promo for Wrestling Center. So we know someone who actually knows people that are going to be landing to go to the Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove.
Isn't that unbelievable? So I'm getting.
Is this the real life?
So I didn't mean to talk over you, Rick.
This is back to see.
What were you saying before I cut you off, brother?
I can't remember.
Oh,
I'm exhausted.
I'm sorry.
Getting through the earpiece right now. We're going to take a big time commercial break so we can get all our conspiracies in a row. And we'll be right back after this.
Hello, I'm Abigail Harwich, the new executive producer of After Hours with TC Restani, and I want you to be on our award-winning talk show. Whether it's a Zoomcast or a podcast, or right here in our studio. Follow the information that's on the screen. I can't wait to see you on After Hours with TC Restani.
Alrighty, welcome back from that big time commercial break. OMG Abby wants you to be a guest on this program. And speaking of that, you guys had a tour of what we've been building in the back.
Very nice.
Right now, you've seen some of the. It's still at the beginning stages in the back, and you've seen some of the AHTC artwork that's going to be hanging
Lovely.
up above Las Vegas and whatnot.
Beautiful.
The crew that we have on this. The amount of time that is going into this set is insane. It's something.
got time.
It's something. I think Chip is printing something out on a 3D printer that's going to take over a week to print out. All right.
Hope the lights don't flicker.
All right. That's Abby for not paying the bill out there. But I mean, this set is going to be an absolute amazement.
Well, we got to get a big time commercial guest for the first time.
Well, we have to. We'll be talking about that not on the program here, but in our private sessions and whatnot.
Private session.
Private. That sounds like a movie with Ron Jeremy.
That sounds like Skinamax.
Coming up.
Private sessions.
Coming up next. Private sessions.
Welcome to Private Sessions. You know, one time I rented a Hustler video, right?
Oh yeah.
And it was two chicks. I'm not kidding you. In this big frying pan.
Yeah.
And they were all oiled up. And the woman was narrating. And she goes, "Now we have two women in the biggest frying pan in the world." And I actually watched this.
Did it sizzle?
It did. It was a great scene, but it was the biggest frying pan in the world.
Was it the biggest frying pan in
And
the
that
world?
guy that reviews all the videos, he gave that one a full erection.
It wasn't half. It was full.
Full erection.
Well, maybe can you find out who was in the frying pan?
That has to go way back.
Maybe we can have them on the show as guests.
I'm kind of sad because I have looked for that clip. Hustler frying pan. It never shows up.
Nothing pops up.
No.
It's not like the AI video from a couple weeks ago with Quincy and the onion rings.
That is like the best thing ever. I put that out there. Everyone loves that. Everyone.
There's the
absolutely
picture
loves
on the
that.
screen again in case you missed it. There's Quincy floating in a big vat of grease with onion rings.
Of all the AI videos I've seen, that looks the most real. They captured, like, his face doesn't change or anything. It looked like him through the whole video.
Well, maybe would that have been your fantasy to be deep fried with onion rings?
Well, I don't know, maybe.
And you know what? You know what Doug Palumbo said about that?
What's that?
He said he won't stick his hand in a snowblowing auger, but he'll sit in a deep fryer
Right.
full of scalding hot oil.
You got sick things backwards. You won't put your hand on an auger, but you'll dive deep into a deep fryer.
That was only a picture, but I would never do it for real.
Yes, you would. Are you
No,
kidding
I
me?
wouldn't.
If we offered you all the free onion rings you can consume and you had to jump into a vat of boiling grease, you'd do it. Who you
No,
shitting?
you don't. That's only a picture, and that's all.
If you had to choose a way to be executed, would you rather be thrown into the auger of a snowblower or thrown into the vat of deep fried oil?
if I was to be executed,
Which way would you pick? You only get two choices.
All right, then guess I'll take the hot oil.
Wow. Whoa.
Because it only takes half a second.
Oh, no. You actually
Made a choice.
You actually made a choice.
That's wow.
Usually, I can't play favorites and whatnot. This is a first.
That is Quincy's choice.
Oh my God! Hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey. I can't believe you actually made up your mind.
Doug, this segment was sponsored by Doug Palumbo.
Doug Palumbo. Unbelievable. So, in my earpiece right now, we're going to be running my interview that made the LA Times with the late great actor James Tolkan.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
A.K. J.R.R. Tolkien. That's a guy from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's not the same guy?
No, this is James Tolkan, who played Mr. Strickland in Back to the Future.
Oh, all right, okay. I was going to say, jeez.
Roll the clip.
Oh, you're a slacker, Rick.
All right, I am here on location at the Northeast Collective Extravaganza, and I am here with none other than one of the greatest actors of the 20th century. I'm talking about my longtime close personal friend, everybody's favorite disciplinarian, James Tolkan, a.k.a. Mr. Strickland from Back to the Future. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Steve Clark, thanks for wishing me a happy birthday. I'm sorry you're not here to shake my hand.
Of course, we're referring to Stephen Clark, the BackToTheFuture.com executive director and longtime close personal friend of mine, who said, when you see Mr. Tolkan, wish him a happy birthday because he's outstanding.
What do you mean one-time personal friend?
Longtime personal friend.
Long time. That's better, of course. A long time. That makes sense.
We go back a long time, back 2008 in Gettysburg for the DeLorean show. We hung around, we had dinner, we drove around in DeLoreans all day.
I remember it well. It was really a beautiful summery day in Gettysburg.
Unbelievable. Now, let's talk about your career. You've been in some of the biggest motion pictures of all time, Serpico, War Games, Top Gun. But in 1985, a little film produced by Steven Spielberg and directed by Robert Zemeckis skyrocketed you into pop culture. What was it like, and how did you get cast for Mr. Strickland in Back to the Future?
Oh, well, I was doing a Broadway show. I was doing David Mamet's play Glenn Ross on Broadway, and I got this offer from a guy named Robert Zemeckis, who I didn't know at that time, to do Back to the Future. And I've always said I'm never going to Hollywood until they send for me. And I said, okay, this is my chance. They're going to send me. I'll go out and do Back to the Future. And of course, nobody realized that it was going to be such an important picture. But it was one of those marvelous events where all the planets were aligned, and Back to the Future became this shooting star of a movie.
Has anybody ever come up to you and said, I became an educator because of Mr. Strickland?
No, never. But I've often heard that I remind them of a certain disciplinary factor in their life.
I could see that. You remind me of some of the gym teachers I had back in the day.
Well, yeah, of course. You probably needed it.
No pun intended there, Mr. Strickland. I mean, Mr. Tolkan. Now, we're talking about 1985. Back to the Future was the #1 grossing film of that year, and you followed up the next year in 1986 with Top Gun, the top grossing film in 1986. That's got to be awesome to put on an actor's resume.
I'm amazed that you remember and know all this. I almost forget.
Now, here's the big question. Was the line slacker scripted, or was it something you ad-libbed on set?
It was absolutely scripted, and it was such a brilliant stroke for Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale to use that term, and it's become a classic term in terms of everything. If somebody screws up, they're a slacker.
How many times in the last 31 years have you called people a slacker?
Well, I think they call me a slacker as much as I call them a slacker.
Well, anybody calls you a slacker are big-time slackers because you're awesome. I'm here with the one and the only James Tolkan, Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3. Which one was your favorite?
Part 2, the second move, the second one. It was so nutty, so crazy, and so much fun.
I absolutely agree with you. Everybody who knows me knows Back to the Future Part 2 was my favorite of the trilogy because it was kind of 3 movies in one. You had the future, the alternate 1985, and back in, of course, into 1955 into the original movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right.
Mr. Tolkan, it's been an unbelievable pleasure. I know you have a line here, 100 miles long, of all your fans that want to get your autograph and take a picture with you. Anything to say to your fans out there at BackToTheFuture.com?
Well, I know I'm fighting them off, but I'm very glad to take a moment to have this interview with you. And give my best to Steve Clark. He's a great guy.
He's a slacker.
Well, we're all slackers.
Wow, talk about going back in time.
Yeah.
10 years ago up in Wilmington, Mass. That was unbelievable. Rest in peace, James Tolkan.
Yeah.
Wonder what his fantasy was.
Hey, he probably lived it.
He did it. He was in all these great movies and whatnot.
You know, it's just a nice little life, and he lived to a nice age too.
Very good
And he looked like
age.
he was still. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, well, we're watching footage right now, which we're not showing because we don't want to get sued or anything right now. That is the Artemis II taking off. Now, seeing that reminds me of Challenger, go to throttle up.
Now, have any of you ever seen one of these live?
Crystal McAuliffe, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of. Well, there they go. They're gonna lose. See that amber color? They're gonna burn off the first booster in about 3 seconds, right? Yeah.
Really?
Have you ever seen one live?
I have not, no.
I went down to.
No, but I visited Cape Kennedy and
Yes,
loved it.
The Space Center down
Yeah.
in Florida. Yeah,
I didn't want to leave.
I want to go down. Now
I saw the movie Space Camp.
it's close. I saw a launch from across the bay. We were at a place called Fish Lips. It was a bar that they said
Fish Lips.
That was the name of the bar. And seriously, if you look it up, it's like one of the best places to see a launch without having to be on the
Sounds
site.
like someone bullet hanging
Directly
around
right
it.
across, so you see it. And I remember we kept saying we weren't sure when it was going to launch. This is before iPhones and everything.
Yeah.
So we kept saying, all right. And then there was this bright light, and everyone said, oh, there it goes. But that wasn't it, because then all of a sudden, then you saw the real light. And I'm telling you right now,
Right.
it was like the sun came out at night.
Nuclear
They have those
explosion.
special
Thing-
sunglasses. Yeah.
This thing just lit up, and when it
Like a
launched,
cliff.
you
See?
could hear it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Lost the booster.
It is amazing, something to see, really.
I would love that, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Apollo 13?
Yeah.
I love that part when he says, "Ready, wait for the first jolt." Boom!
Yeah.
That was some jolt. I
love those
I would
old
fucking
movies.
go to space in a minute.
I always like The Right Stuff.
Oh,
That was a good movie.
the only thing I'm not good at either though is math. Remember when they had to do all that
Yeah,
math?
see that I'd be screwed.
So I'm gonna have to rely on my.
But Katy Perry didn't have to do math to go up.
Neither did William
But
Shatner.
that was suborbital. She didn't go
He
into
deserved it,
space. That was suborbital.
but still.
That was
There we
So
go. That is amazing.
No, I haven't been watching this because I've been,
Incredible.
worrying about doing the show and whatnot. Do they actually have live, feeds from inside the cockpit?
Do they really?
Do they? Okay, all right. So that could be on some sound stage somewhere.
Wonder what they're doing right now.
That's what they're
that?
doing right now.
Look at that. What is she doing? Is that a woman?
yeah.
What is she doing?
Right
now she is
Shaving her armpits.
No, she's just giving a brief probably to everyone back. Here's what the crew looks like as they're flying.
Oh,
See, those cram quarters, man, forget it. I'd be like, let me out. Just let me out.
And it's real time. I think there's on audio there's a 3-second delay, and on video there's up to a 10-second
Is
delay.
this an app that you're looking at? Or is
NASA.com.
Nice.
Yeah. And they have 3 different feeds. And if you go home, you have digital television resources available to you for streaming right from either your cable provider or online through your internet provider, NASA.
do they have ads that randomly pop up during this feed?
It's continuous. There's no commercials. It's just continuous. So if they've got nothing going on, it's just like a bunch of people walking around Houston and beeping, and you might see some footage from what's going on up there. But then if they pop in with something with a conversation they're talking, you get a live feed
To
off
see it,
that.
yeah. That's like something you would do.
I will have to
So,
check that out when I
think
go home.
The only time that they break away from that is if they're going to have a
Cuck-up break.
cuck on a mailbag. If they do some sort of debriefing or something like that where it's secret information, they don't want to
Oh,
talk.
wait, no, what's secretive? Oh, don't show
Oh,
don't
here
show
we
the
go.
moon because the string's being shown.
All those space clowns on the moon will come get you.
String.
I want to see if my Earth cam has any of that. They don't know. They don't. They don't
I
have
go
it.
to earthcam.com all the time. You know when the best time to watch Earthcam is?
When?
On New Year's Eve in New York when they've kicked everybody out.
Watch them clean up.
The crews go in there. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They cleaned that Times Square up in at least an hour. There's 1 million people there an hour before with shit everywhere. And then they with like brooms and whatnot. And literally an hour later, it's Times Square again.
I like to watch the live feed outside Abbey Road Studios, watching people almost get killed.
Oh,
by the
yeah, I've
cars.
done that before. On a Sunday morning, I did that. And I'm sitting there watching and go, if this guy dies right now, little does he know there's someone in Boston sitting there in his living room chair
Yeah.
watching you die
Yeah.
on
I've seen a few
earthcam.com.
close calls on that one, I'll tell you.
So you just mentioned the string.
The string on the moon?
Pull the string. You ever see this movie, Bruce Almighty?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a movie.
Okay, but what are your thoughts on that being real?
The jury's still out on that.
Really?
I mean, like I said, if some other country went to the moon and knocked our flag down and put their flag down and broadcasted it everywhere, I'd say, okay, we went. But no one's done that. All right? Why? Why? They hate us so much and they want to beat us to the moon.
It is weird.
All right?
And they got no balls. That's why.
No, because
But China and Russia are on the International Space Station, so why haven't their countries promoted a lunar landing?
right. Send Quincy.
Now, see, on my
That's probably going to get edited out.
No, Quincy going to the moon? No, I think he's going to be fine.
on my EarthCam app, I just noticed they have Artemis II, Mission Control,
There you go.
and Orion. Something that cut off. He cut off the description.
Now, what they need is Ed Harris to get down there with his vest, start yelling into the mic.
I'm seeing this guy.
Who's that guy?
I don't know.
No, but TC's got a point, though. I mean, you don't think fucking Mother Russia's sitting over there going, fuck this shit. We got to get up there to the moon.
You have to go back to
Or even the Arabs who put the first oil well on the moon.
How do you know there isn't oil on the moon? Or a nuclear fossil fuel.
Bum. I think this is what we were looking for. Yeah.
So when L. Ron Hubbard comes
have
back to life and his fucking UFO comes back to Earth and takes all the elitists out of here,
Maybe John Travolta's on the moon
holy shit.
because he is one of those, Scientologists.
Tom Cruise, too.
Yeah, he could be dancing up there. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
See,
What a
I
world
don't-
of shit. I'm a bottom feeder, so I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
Ricky, I can't believe it that we're about ready to wrap up the show. I know. And this is maybe we're going to be taking a little sabbatical from the podcast.
I guess so.
Because you're going to be going on tour.
Yeah.
Can you give us any details of where you're going?
Good. I'm going down south. My favorite place, down in
That's-
Orlando.
Down in Orlando.
A couple
huh?
gigs at a place called The Wharf, a bar called Breezes. Was another place called Stone and Skillet. Just a little couple of appearances. you know,
Yeah.
that type
Any
of-
Cubby Smack'ems?
No, not for Cubby. Cubby's probably going to be coming back this way. I would say sometime in probably after Memorial Day.
Have you talked to Cubby? Maybe
always.
sponsoring the TV version
No,
of
that's
this?
a whole different story. He's not in the business to give money away.
What about getting us booked at some of his shows?
That you don't have to worry about.
All right. What was the last Cubby Smack'ems?
God, it was
For those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about, what the hell's Cubby Smack'em? Can you explain what Cubby Smack'ems is?
Collectibles Extravaganza. First one was in Concrete, Oregon back in the 90s. I think 98 maybe.
I wasn't at that one.
No. And then they just sort of spread it over the country.
And how did you get involved with Cubby?
Cubby and I go way back.
Really?
I taught him his backswing.
These are music gigs?
No, this is a collectible show.
Oh.
Like celebrities.
Autograph signing.
The last,
Oh, okay.
last celebrity signing Sebastian Cabot ever did was at a Cubby's.
Sebastian Cabot.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. French?
Paris, Texas.
Is that Mr.
Yeah.
French?
Yeah, Mr. French. And
Wow.
he narrated Winnie the Pooh.
Was he signing Mrs. Beasley's
He
or
did.
anything?
He had Mr. French and Winnie the Pooh pictures.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I've always wanted. God rest his soul, Jeff always wanted to go to a Cubby Smack'ems to get some of the celebrities.
I know,
Because some of the
geez.
celebrities that you interacted with there were on his list of those shit movies that he watched
Are you
at 2
kidding me?
a.m.
Are you kidding me?
I remember you guys used to have a comment. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember that person there from from Hamburger, the motion picture was
That's
there.
right. The guy with the lamp.
The one who said, "Put those cookies back, motherfucker."
I remember Jeff, the guy who sent his breakfast back in Fast Times at Ridgemont
The
High.
bald guy, yeah.
He was there.
Was he?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I think it was Dennis something or other.
Was he signing trays?
He did. He had like a little paper tray, like the liner that they put in the tray. He had replicas of those from the place that Brad worked.
All American Burger.
There you go, All American Burger.
Right.
He was signing those.
Damn it!
Wow.
See,
Yeah.
I have got to get booked. That is one of my fantasies.
Listen, man,
to
you
be
should have
booked.
told me because that can happen. We can make that
But
happen.
he's never really come to the New England area.
Well, he's coming to the Shriners.
He's coming. Well,
You can't see Jay.
but you know what?
I know all about it. And fuck that blanket.
But speaking of the Shriners, that
You
was
say it, fuck the blanket! I don't want this stupid, cute, adorable blanket.
okay. Can I talk serious here for a second?
Just wants to fuck it.
The Shriners was the place I did that interview with James Tolkan.
Really?
Yep.
Let's see, the Shriners are good people.
But
That's a matter of opinion.
you and I talk off the air all the time.
Yeah.
I understand. Can I get into something personal?
do anything you want.
Business wise. I heard that you may be becoming a local promoter for Cubby Smack'ems, and they may be coming to the New England area.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not a joke.
No, not at all.
This
No,
is whatnot.
no.
And they like to do, they don't like to advertise online. They like to do it the old-fashioned way, word of mouth.
Yeah, they do. You remember the Blues Brothers when they drove around with the loudspeakers? They like to do that.
So we can be doing that?
Yeah.
Now, where would, the Shrine is a little out of the question. It's a little pricey there. Where would you like to bring the Cubby Smackers?
Well, I've been wanting to get them down to the old abandoned dog racetrack down in Raynham.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's still there.
I was just going to... That's still open?
No, they went out of business because they outlawed dog racing in Massachusetts. So that's all gone way of the dodo, but the track is still there.
Oh.
So I said that would be a great spot.
Yeah.
Because I used to love the dog races.
You think we can make that possible by the end of the year?
100%.
Because I know the fans. I mean, our studio's not that big, so we can't fit that many
this
people
place is
in
big.
there.
This place is-
And I know we have fans all over the country that want to, come here and see us and take photos and whatnot. Not to blow smoke up our ass or anything, but it happens. I mean, Doug Palumbo, how many people in New Jersey have
Oh, my God.
contacted you?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I have people all over the country and all over the world. I'm just saying we're kind of a deal, a big deal. We don't like to,
I mean, you were quoted in the LA Times.
That's true. We don't like to pat ourselves in the back like Barry Horowitz.
Hey, Trump said, toot your own horn.
But,
Well, I want to check out Fish Lips.
Fish Lips.
I'm going to head down there.
Wasn't that one of Bull's girlfriends?
No, that's the fishery bar deal that Rick was talking about earlier in the cast.
Yeah. It's a great place.
Fish
It really
Lips.
is. It's great food, great beer. And you look out
Got
the
a great
window.
name, Fish Lips.
You look out the window, you see right across. Did they have
I love it.
any notations on the website about that?
Yeah.
That you can see, it's
Yeah.
the prime viewing place.
Yeah, it's right there in the
Oh,
water.
yeah,
Looks like a Louisiana steamboat right
Yeah.
there on the
Good times down there. I love Florida. You know that. man.
I do. You
Going to see my buddy Tommy Treadway at Breezes on the 15th tax day, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
You're there more than hurricanes.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I can't wait, man. It's been a busy few months, and this Boston Marathon that's coming up in a couple weeks. The print shop,
oh yeah, I heard. Yeah.
draining all my resources of
Oh,
energy.
shit,
Let me
yeah,
tell
you've
you,
been working
It's
overtime.
Oh dear Lord, the print shop is booming.
So
Booming.
So like I said, we may have a special podcast somewhere down the line, but we'll be back in a few weeks.
Yeah.
When you come back from your big tour.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring you in via Zoom or one of those little
You never know.
technology
You never
things
know.
like that. But I know when you're on the road,
But listen, if you want to record, listen. Here's your guy right
we
here.
got
Wow,
CJ and we have
thank you very
we got
much.
the milkman right here. Who knows who else we can guest hosting tonight?
It'd be great.
Or maybe Joey Bishop or Jerry Lewis.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, well,
Lenny Clark.
Yeah,
could be Lenny Clark.
Can we
Could,
get our friend Lenny Clark back?
bring him in here.
could be anybody.
Yeah.
Could be Tory Black.
I had two great interactions with Lenny Clark thanks to
I
this
was going
man.
to say Tory Black. I was like, wait a minute.
No, that would have been something. When I went to see Lenny Clark live a couple times.
Yeah.
Lenny's not shy about his right wing leanings, okay? Mm-hmm. And he was on the mic and he was saying, these people, they voted Obama into the White House. Who the hell voted? Nobody even knows what this guy's real name is. Does anybody here know his real name? The whole place was quiet, and I just went, Barry Soetoro. And he goes, who the hell said that? He's like, looking on, he sees me. He goes, how did you know that? And I says, I just know. And he goes, I never asked that question ever when somebody had the answer. I love that you know that. And I did see him like a couple of years later, and I said the same thing. He kind of forgot, but he was like, same thing. How do you know that? And I was like, it was really cool. Thanks to you.
Well, that's the truth. His name is Barry Soetoro.
And of course, everyone else in the room was sitting there like,
His name is Barack Hussein Obama.
yeah,
Okay, Barry Soetoro.
sourpusses.
And you know where he was born? On the moon.
That's a good enough reason for me not to want to go.
Wrap up the show, Q man.
Yeah, for Christ's sake.
All right. We want to thank you for watching, as usual, this very most interesting episode. Okay? And before, excuse me. So before I forget, first of all, have a safe and happy Easter. Okay? We'll see you, I guess, maybe, and a good luck on your road trip.
Thank you.
Stay tasty and up and away, hey. Drive home safely. Don't drink and drive. And remember, we never close.
Yeah, I'm right.